Okay, let's jump right in. We're about to uncover a really surprising piece of American cultural history. It's a story that's been largely forgotten, but trust me, it's woven deep into the fabric of the nation from the early 20th century. So, let me start by asking you a question. When you think of America's dog, a breed that's a symbol of the nation itself, what comes to mind? Go ahead, take a guess. The answer is probably not what you're thinking. Believe it or not, the answer is the American Pit Bull Terrier. Yeah, for a really significant time in history, this was the dog that represented American ideals. And the story of how that happened, well, it doesn't start in a cozy home. It starts on a battlefield. To really understand this, you have to meet Sergeant Stubby. His story is so much more than just a mascot. We're talking about a decorated soldier who became a genuine national hero, and he's really the emotional heart of this entire story. I mean, the sheer scope of what this dog did is just incredible. In 1917, he gets smuggled over to France with 102nd Infantry. But he wasn't just a pet they brought along, he was a lifesaver. He warned his entire regiment of mustard gas attacks, he found wounded soldiers on the battlefield, and he even captured a German spy all by himself. His heroism made him a celebrity back home, to the point where he would go on to meet 3 different U.S. presidents. 17. Just let that number sink in. That's how many battles Stubby served in over just 18 months. He was right there on the front lines of World War I, in the trenches, side by side with his human comrades. This was not symbolic. This was real, gritty, dedicated service under fire. And his contributions were taken incredibly seriously. This wasn't just a pat on the head. He was awarded a gold medal for his heroism. He received 2 Purple Hearts, and he became the official mascot of his regiment. In fact, today, you can literally go to the Smithsonian and see his preserved remains in the Price of Freedom exhibit. He is, without a doubt, an honored American veteran. So Stubby's fame created this incredibly powerful public image that went way beyond the battlefield. And that's where Hollywood comes into the picture. We're going to see how this war hero image translated to the silver screen, turning the breed into Hollywood's favorite companion. And this is a really key transition. You see the very same traits that made the dog a war hero, that courage, that tenacity, they get reframed for a domestic audience. Suddenly, they become about loyalty and companionship. The public saw that same dependable spirit, but now they saw it as a protector of the family. And of course, the most famous example of this was Petey from The Little Rascals. For millions of Americans growing up, Petey was the ultimate childhood buddy. He was funny, he was loyal, and he was always part of the gang. This role really cemented the breed's image in pop culture as a friendly, reliable family dog. Okay, so we've seen the war hero and the movie star. Now let's pull the lens back even further and see how these 2 roles combined to turn the American Pit Bull Terrier into a symbol of the nation itself. Just think about these traits: loyalty, courage, reliability, determination, resilience. These are the exact qualities America saw in itself during the early 20th century. The dog became like a 4-legged mirror, embodying the spirit that the country wanted to project to the entire world. And of course, advertisers jumped all over this. A perfect example is Tidge, the dog from the Buster Brown comics. For decades, his friendly face was used to sell shoes, tying the breed to these wholesome, family-friendly products, and just weaving it right into the visual culture of American life. It got to the point where the dog's image was a powerful tool for patriotism. During both World Wars, you'd see these dogs on recruitment posters and war bond ads. Their image, which was already synonymous with courage and loyalty, was used to rally support for the nation's cause. So that brings us to the big question, right? We've traced this incredible journey from war hero to national icon. But why is it so important to remember this forgotten piece of history today? When you lay it all out, the path is actually pretty clear. The breed started out as a trusted working companion, then became a celebrated war hero like Sergeant Stubby, was then embraced by Hollywood, and finally became this powerful symbol of American values in ads and posters. At the end of the day, remembering this story isn't just about a fun history fact. It's really about honoring the very real service and companionship these animals provided. It's about acknowledging a deep historical bond between a breed and a nation, a bond that has been largely overlooked in more recent times. And that's really what I want to leave you with. How does remembering a past that doesn't quite fit our modern-day narratives, how does that change the way we see the world and the animals in it today?